Only the Brave means a great deal to me. It affected me so much the first time watching it. I wouldn't call it anything less than life-changing. It's one of those films that I feel could be put under the U umbrella terms: undervalued, underrated, and overlooked, but spelled with a U. Only the Brave came out in 2017 when true story films were being put on blast. The 2010s were littered with a plethora of true story films. And Only the Brave stars theater packers. Everybody knows them and everybody loves them. Josh Brolin and Miles Teller. Since there's no AAA list stars or directors behind this film, it kind of fell to the wayside of things. But I'm a huge supporter of this thing. It's a gripping, true life story of the Granite Mountain Hotshots, a group of wild firefighters in Arizona. The film has dual protagonists, I'd say, split between Miles Teller, and he's an up-to-no-good stoner that turns his life around with the Hotshots, and Josh Brolin, the leader of the Hotshots. This film also has a healthy supporting cast, including Jeff Bridges, Jennifer Connelly, Taylor Kitsch, and James Badge Dale. The firefighting aspect of this film is enthralling.
Can't believe we're about to light up a couple thousand acres.
Chill, bro, this is what we do. Once you light that fuse, you throw it deep into the fire, right?
Yeah, cool.
We learn exactly how these people stop wildfires from spreading and the danger that all comes with it.
All right, let's prep 30 feet around her and burn her off. Street muscle.
Joseph Kosinski has an acute eye for gripping images that pair perfectly with the characters' feelings. The film is otherwise grounded, but there's a few heightened sequences that are really quite beautiful, showcasing the peril and strange allure of blazing fires. If you haven't heard of Joseph Kosinski, I think you'll start getting used to his name. He was the one that helmed 2010's Tron, then Tom Cruise's Oblivion, and then obviously Only the Brave. And his next film is, we're all still waiting to see the sequel to Top Gun, which a sequel to Top Gun sounds awful on paper, but I gotta say I'm enticed. The greatest feat the film conveys is getting us a sense of who the characters are, or who these actual people are. It answers the question of why they do what they do. These groups of people that become firefighters, police officers, and other first responders are out there risking their lives, fighting natural disasters because of their family at home. Along with their family, they fight for the person standing next to them. There's a camaraderie that grows when people are put through the same extensive training. It's a special kind of bond that shines through when the going gets tough. You are the last person you are thinking of. It's odd. You might not get along at first or, all the time, but when it gets real, you got your battle buddies back. And firefighters have got to be the least controversial first responder duty that there is. And, no one will stop a person from trying to save you and your family from the forces of nature. I think that really comes through in the film. Kosinski and the cast were able to put together an ensemble feeling. Family is at the core. Brendan's trying to make do with his ex, who just had his kid. And then there's some entertaining scenes there.
No bueno, man. Call a pediatrician, never navigate. Call him like 5 times, he's not picking up. What do you mean he has to pick up? I don't know, he's being an asshole. We gotta go to the hospital. Yeah, right.
And Marsh and his wife are having issues, to put it vaguely. Connolly is constantly trying to break this old, battered, beaten horse.
Okay. Daddy can't get a kiss from you? No?
Brendan, she's barely seen you for the past few months.
And that leads me to the crux of this review, the ultimate reason this film exists. And I have to pause before going forward because it involves spoilers. You may think this is a film that shouldn't bother you if spoiled, but I'm trying to let everyone know I had no idea what this was going in. Hardly understood it was based on a real team of wildfire fighters, and honestly left me a changed man when it ended. I can't put it into any other words, people. I didn't know the ending of this film, and it changed my life. Okay, so either you're still here because you've seen the film, know what happened to this team of Granite Mountain Hotshots, or you didn't listen to me. The Granite Mountain Hotshots are putting out seemingly just another wildfire. But the atmosphere is weird this go around. Brendan goes out on his own. The communications aren't working properly. Marsh seems to be having an off day. He can't figure out the whims of Mother Nature. Brendan is split off to be a lookout and is picked up by another team. Marsh hopes to get around the fire in time with the help of a plane that is supposed to drop tons of water. But the pilots have a miscommunication and they don't drop any of the water. They've trained for this so many times. They've always thought that they'd never have to use it because how would these bags actually prevent a large blistering fire? There's no other option. At first, I was in clear denial. Even though the fire has no conscience, no way to stop, there's just no way. Word gets out to the friends and family members of the Granite Mountain Hotshots that there was a terrible tragedy. They got caught in the fire. Bodies were found. But there was one survivor. One unidentified survivor. No one knows who.
We heard there was one survivor. Is that true? Would you please tell me if my husband is alive or dead?
In an absolutely gut-wrenching scene, Brendan makes the decision to head to the community building where all the families are waiting so that they can finally know if their husbands had truly died.
Should have been me.
Yeah, he was better than me. They were all better than
No!
me.
Shh. We can't do that. Do you understand?
So what started as an entertaining look at fighting wildfires, we see the tragedy that comes with it. I hope this reaches others that love this film as much as me, and I hope it sheds some light on it to people that haven't seen it yet either. I wouldn't consider this film even in my favorite genre if I had to ever pick a favorite genre, but this, Only the Brave, caught me by such a surprise. I credit this film to opening me up emotionally. It had that much of an impact on me. These men sacrificed their lives to save their communities, friends, and families. I have the utmost respect for them and the surviving family members. Another essay done. What film should I look at next? I've got a pretty good list of contenders, but I'm curious if you and I may share a liking toward any other underappreciated films. This has been Andrew. See ya.